Welcome to Cherryblossom Yoga. I'm Robin Dinerman. This is a half-hour Hatha Yoga class for beginning and continuing students. Please join me. Today we're going to do some stretches that help the lower back and the backs of the legs. In other words, there'll be a lot of forward bends, standing and also sitting. To keep our practice today balanced, we'll also do a little bit of backward bending so that we're balancing out the forward bends to the backward bends. We'll begin by standing in Tadasana, feet about hip distance apart, feet pressing down into the floor, into your mat, into the ground, wherever you are. Bring your attention to the tip of your nose, pulling the cool, dry air up your nostrils, down your throat, and imagine it filling not only your lungs, but your entire body, with the oxygen being carried throughout your bloodstream, into your face, into your brain, into your shoulders and arms and fingers, throughout your body, throughout your back, into your hips and legs, all the way down to your toes. Each air you bring in refreshes your body, and each breath that you let out relieves, lets go, releases tension and strain, worry. So as you're refreshing and renewing your body, you're also cleansing out your thoughts, calming your emotions, and finding your center. We'll begin by a little bit of rocking forward and back, up on the toes or the balls of the feet, lifting the heels up, knees forward, arms back, a little bit of rocking to wake the feet up. A little bit of movement through the arms to warm up the shoulders. And then come to center. Your feet again hip distance apart, roll the ankles out, and then turn them in and out. And then turn the toes under, press from the big toe down to the little toe, and then stretch the toes in the other direction. And the same thing on the other side, turning the toes under, stretching, and then stretching the other direction. And place your arms inside of your elbows, bending your knees because we're going into a forward bend and our muscles are still cold. So we're going to hinge forward. And then tuck your chin in, keeping a bend in your knees, and letting your eyes look through between your legs. And allow gravity to pull your arms down. Your head feels like it's becoming heavier, the back of your neck stretching. Then if you bring your attention to the space between your shoulder blades, the rhomboid muscles are stretching, and then travel down your back to about your waist, and then into the lower back. So we're gently stretching out these muscles. And the backs of the legs are getting a very slight stretch. And then release your hands to the floor. Keep looking through between your legs. Don't lift your head. Straighten the left leg as you bend the right knee. Straighten the right leg as you bend the left knee. And try to avoid swinging your hips out to the side. And you get a sense of how your knee joints feel, the ankles, and the lower back especially. So I'm using my fingertips, partly for balance and partly to keep my upper body lifted a bit. And then I'm going to exhale, pull the belly in, and allow my torso to come closer to my legs. And once again, avoid lifting your head. Continue looking through between your legs. Lifting your head and reaching your hands slightly forward. Place your weight on the left foot, bending the left knee, and bring the right foot 1 footstep forward. And then walk your hands forward, and you'll feel the stretch in the back of the right leg, all the way from the hip hinge down. I feel it all the way into the ankle, into the Achilles tendon. And try to keep both heels down on the floor. So you can see I'm swaying back, coming forward, no jerking, no bouncing. And then if I walk my hands back, bend the left knee, I'm going to raise up the toes of the right foot. I'm looking at the space between the 2 feet. You could balance here, focusing on that spot. And then place the foot straight down. Bending the right knee, lift the left leg up. It doesn't have to go high. You want to firm the left buttock, but keep the hip lower. You don't want to raise the hip. That's a different posture. So keep that tension through the left buttock, allowing the toes to remain soft. And then bring the foot back into place. I actually brought the 2 together, so I'm going to step back a bit. Weight on the right foot, taking the left foot 1 footstep forward, and then walking forward. A little bit of that swaying back and forth, just kind of testing how the backs of the legs feel, how the joints feel. And then bending the right knee, lifting up the toes, left foot, balancing here if you can, looking at that spot between the 2 feet. And place the foot down. So you're shifting your hands slightly to the left, raising the right leg, keeping a bend in the left knee, and firming the right buttock. Make sure your toes are relaxed and loose. Try not to lift your head. If you find your shoulders creeping forward, draw them away from your ears. So as I'm scanning my body, I sometimes forget to hold the tension in the right buttock. So I return to that. And now I'm going to bend both knees, bring the feet back together, and sweep the arms out into T position. Draw the shoulders away from the ears, and inhale, unfolding upward, coming back to center, with my hands above my head in prayer position. A little bit of a back bend here. I'm placing both hands at the lower back, and I'm going to inhale and draw the elbows toward each other, draw the shoulder blades towards each other. But make sure that your head's not coming forward. You want to retract the jaw, take a deep breath, and then release. And again. Breathing in and out. And pause for a moment, scanning your body. Notice how you feel. Do you feel like you're maybe an inch taller? You don't have to, but observe any differences you might notice between how you felt when you began class and how you're feeling now. We're going to separate the feet a little bit. You can have the toes forward or turned outward slightly, depending on what feels comfortable for you, especially for the knees. And coming forward, and I'm just placing my hands here for positions. So the hands are slightly in front of my shoulders, and I'm going to shift the weight to my left leg, and then back to center and to the right leg. Now, if you want, you can place both hands behind you and do a little bit of that arching of your back. So you're doing a forward bend and a backward bend at the same time. So your weight shifts from side to side with the knee above the ankle. So this type of movement in this posture helps build strength for the muscles around the knees, also for the ankles. Come back to center. I'm going to separate the feet a little bit farther. You can stay as you are, but I like to do this brain drain here. Just let my head hang. And even though it might appear that my legs are straight, I always keep a tiny little bend in the knees. Holding on to the ankles with a good grip, allow your shoulders to sink. Lower your head completely. Look through between your legs. You might feel the muscles stretch a bit and you're coming closer and closer to the floor, at least your head is. I'm going to walk a hand over here, and I'm kind of leaning my torso against the thigh. Back to center, arm over arm. And coming over this leg. So we're getting some nice stretches into the lower back and the backs of the legs. You can heel toe outward a little bit more if you wish. Now you really feel the stretch in the backs of the thighs and the hamstrings, also the inner thighs. Get a good grip on your ankles, relax the shoulders, let your head hang, looking through. Lifting the sit bones. Bring your hands forward. I'm going to try to line up my hips more with the ankles. Lower my head down. And then lifting up onto the fingertips. And lengthening my neck, lifting the back of my neck, but not lifting my head. Walk your hands back. Now either slide your feet closer together or heel toe, which is actually a very nice movement for your hip joints. And come to center. Your weight is balanced evenly over the soles of your feet. Arms come out in T position. Take a breath in and out. Lengthen your spine. On your next in-breath, push the floor away, inhaling upward. Bring your hands above your head. And a little bit of a back bend here. So firm the buttocks. Without dropping your head, bring the shoulders back. Your eyes can look up. Your buttocks are firm. That helps protect the lower back. Come forward, lower the hands, and then bring them up to your heart. Pause for a moment. Scan the muscles of your back, your lower back, backs of your legs. Notice how you feel. Breathe in and breathe out and dive down, inhaling up, arms alongside of the ears, long body, and then a bit of a back bend. Buttocks are firm. Keeping the tension through the buttocks, come forward into a flat back. Your arms in alongside of your ears. Exhaling, coming all the way forward. Sweep the arms out. Lift the back of the neck, lengthening the neck and the entire back. Inhaling up. Palms over your head. And come to center with the hands at your heart. Pausing, closing your eyes now. You might feel the movement of energy throughout your body. You might be aware of your heartbeat. Notice what's happening without judging. We're going to take a short break and we'll be down on the floor when we return to Cherryblossom Yoga. See you in a moment.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. With early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
Welcome back to Cherryblossom Yoga. We're now on the floor. If you prefer to stay seated on a couch or a chair, however, you may be able to do most or at least some of the stretches, the forward bends we're going to do now. I'm seated in Sukhasana, the easy seated posture, and I'm just going to reach my hands forward and press my finger pads into the ground. And reaching and reaching. I'm getting a very big stretch in my quadriceps, but a stretch as well in the lower back. So if you're seated, you probably have your legs lined up. I have my right leg in front. And now I'm going to exchange legs, left leg in front, and it's going to feel very different, and stretching and pressing through the finger pads and reaching and coming back to center, turning to one side and placing both hands on top of the thigh. This is my left thigh. I'm trying to sit tall, bringing my right shoulder forward, my left shoulder back, peeking over my left shoulder, and inhaling to center, both hands on top of the right thigh, twisting to the right, sitting tall, looking right, and then come back to center. One of my favorite postures is one of the first postures I learned called Paschimottanasana. It's a seated forward bend. So I'm going to begin with my legs straight out in front of me. Go. And the thumbs are linked with my hands at the heart. Breathe in And exhale, dipping down, inhaling up, arms alongside the ears, sitting tall. Now hinge forward, but stopping with the hands about 18 inches above the toes or 10 inches, a good space. So here, as you're reaching forward through your fingertips, you can feel the stretch in the lower back and then into the mid back. And inhale up and exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale up, and again, folding forward, reaching, lengthening the spine, and stopping above the toes, and inhale up, and exhale. And a third time. Now my feet are flexed. I'm going to fold forward and reach for the toes or the balls of my feet. If you can't reach, go for your calves first and then travel down the ankles, maybe even to the ankle bone. And here my legs are about 99% straight. Still, I leave a little bend. I'm going to lower the head so the ears are between the arms. And when I exhale, pull the belly in, which allows my upper body to drop forward. And allow yourself to settle into Paschimottanasana, seated forward bend. And then coming up, sitting up, place both hands, lower back, sit tall. Again, that slight arching of the back. Deep breath, and then exhale. Now you can repeat what we just did, or bring, this is my right leg, folding in my left. I'm going to tuck the toes of my left foot under the thigh. And I'm more lined up now with this leg. So this knee is more in line with the shoulder. Hands at the heart, breathe in, and exhale. Inhale up, and exhale and reach. And I'm still above the toe, although it's off to the right. Coming up, and hands to the heart. This time I'm going to turn more toward the foot. And here again, reach for your calf, your ankle, the toes. Drop your shoulders. As you can see, the foot is flexed. And coming up, turn to center, bring the hands to your heart. We're exchanging legs now. Tuck in the leg, turn a bit, left foot flexed, hands at the heart, breathe in. And the third time. Turning more towards the leg, coming forward, reaching for your calf or ankle or the foot. Your head lowers so the ears are in line with your arms. Here again, you can try pulling the navel back toward the spine and allow your upper body to sink closer to the leg. Then link the thumbs, come up, turn to center, lower the hands to the heart, and sit with either your legs in Sukhasana or straight out in front of you with the hands at the heart. Sit tall, pressing down through your sit bones, reaching up through the crown of your head, breathing. Try to take a few minutes every day to sit quietly, breathe deeply, relax your body with asana, relax your body with stretching, quiet your mind with more oxygen. And allow your emotions to calm down. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you're feeling wonderful, and that you can carry that feeling with you into your day, into your week, and into your life. Namaste.